All right. So we're going to begin our time together today, as we will each week, with 520 seconds of silence. We're going to invite into our space some of our sisters and brothers who have been killed by police violence. The leader of our vigil today is Glenda Hodges-Cook from the Louisville Vipassana community. Glenda?
Thank you, Cindy, and good afternoon to everyone. I'm glad to be here with you today. This is a somber note, but at least we're together to work towards racial justice. I work with the Louisville Vipassana community, which is a gathering of people that take learning and inspiration from the Theravadan Buddhist tradition, and we meet weekly to practice insight meditation. Today, we're going to look first at the words of Frank Ostaseski. Frank was the founding director of the San Francisco Zen Hospice. In the founding of the hospice, Frank, one of his duties was to train volunteers for the hospice. And to do that, he developed 5 precepts for volunteers, for Zen hospice volunteers, that I found very adaptable for our purposes. So what I'm going to share with you is the 5 precepts. I call them the 5 precepts for racial justice. The first is welcome everything, push away nothing. This is a crux of the Buddhist path, as well as a basic instruction in the sitting meditation practice, since attachment and aversion inevitably engender suffering. It's not only good advice for those who are close to dying, but also for the rest of us who don't believe we're close to dying. Welcoming each moment of experience just as it happens doesn't mean we approve or think of something as right. It doesn't mean that we can't act. Rather, this precept provides a space in which we can better discern suitable action, and it nurtures a heart that is open and compassionate. So the first precept for racial justice: welcome everything, push away nothing. Second, bring your whole self to the experience. Bring your whole self to the experience. Wholeheartedness is assumed in the hospice care setting, and in our spiritual practice and in racial justice reform as well. These are not places for half-hearted efforts or for sweeping anything under the rug. In our meditation practice, wholeheartedness is assumed not only during the formal practice, but also in our daily life experience. Likewise, building a just and fruitful multiracial community life requires wholehearted efforts from all of us. So the second precept is bring your whole self to the experience. Third, don't wait. Don't wait. Seems obvious in the hospice setting, but it really strikes home for all of us. This is where we're reminded of the universal nature of impermanence. All situations, all relationships are temporary. And too many have been waiting too long for justice, for mercy, for acknowledgement of their very existence. Too long for us not to join this movement now. The time is ripe. We may not get another chance. Don't wait. Fourth precept, find a place of rest in the middle of things. Find a place of rest in the middle of things. This is the precept that reminds us that conditions will never be just right. It's never going to look just like the ideal time to get involved. It's never going to be trouble-free because of the changing nature of everything. We're called to go ahead and to act by our best lights now, and to create opportunities for rest as it's needed, not waiting until everything is in order. Find a place of rest in the middle of things. And the fifth precept, cultivate don't know mind. Cultivate don't know mind. This is the remedy for arrogance. We are not in control of how things turn out. We are only responsible, but we are responsible for our intention and our best efforts. In our meditation practice, we cultivate don't know mind by meeting each moment of experience without preconceived notions or judgments. Let us likewise work for equality and community without knowing exactly how it's going to turn out. Cultivate don't know mind. So I'm going to briefly go over these 5 again. The 5 precepts for racial justice. Welcome everything, push away nothing. Bring your whole self to the experience. Don't wait. Find a place of rest in the middle of things. And cultivate don't know mind. We're going to take about 3 minutes now for you to reflect and journal if you wish, or chat if you wish. I will ring a bell at the end of the 3 minutes. I want to close with some words from author Clarissa Pinkola Estes. You can see the beautiful picture on the screen, or you might want to close your eyes. She says, "My friends, do not lose heart. We were made for these times. Ours is a time of almost daily astonishment and often righteous rage over the latest degradations of what matters most to civilized, visionary people. Yet I urge you, ask you, gentle you, to please not spend your spirit dry by bewailing these difficult times. Especially, do not lose hope. For years, we have been learning, practicing, been in training for, and just waiting to meet on this exact plane of engagement. In any dark time, there is a tendency to veer toward fainting over how much is wrong and unmended in the world. Do not focus there. That is spending the wind without raising the sails. We are needed. That is all we can know. It is not given us to know which acts or by whom will cause the critical mass to tip toward an enduring good. We know that it does not take everyone on earth to bring justice and peace, but only a small, determined group who will not give up during the first or second or 100th gale. One of the most calming and powerful actions you can do to intervene in a stormy world is to stand up and show your soul. Soul on deck shines like gold in dark times. Struggling souls catch light from other souls who are fully lit and willing to show it. There will always be times when you feel discouraged. I too have felt despair many times in my life, but I do not keep a chair for it. I will not entertain it. It is not allowed to eat from my plate. I hope you will write this on your wall. When a great ship is in harbor and moored, it is safe. There can be no doubt. But this is not what great ships are built for.
Glenda, thank you for today. And thank you all for being here with us for the second vigil. We'll be back here next week at noon. Thank you. Take care.